Did you know about the twist in your character storyline when you started the show?
Not when we did the pilot, but after, when we came back to start.
So you knew at the beginning of season 1?
Yeah, he knew that
That's
whole
what I
time
mean.
we were
He's
doing
in the
all
know.
those scenes
He's
together
on the
and
know.
didn't say anything.
Bastard.
He's
Decided
the
just
one
not
in the
to
know.
Get to know me. I can help you out, maybe.
It must have
you
been
know?
so lonely for you,
But
Jeffrey.
you're talking to
with
Tessa.
that info.
Oh, I loved it.
Tessa has the secrets of the Marvel Universe in her head, guys. Come on. Everybody's got secrets. I'm joined, of course, by the amazing cast of Westworld. It's good to see you guys.
Good to see you.
Hi.
Hey, good to see you. Thanks for having us.
We're heading into season 3. Some very familiar faces, some new faces. A
Yeah.
new face I see right there. Let's talk about this amazing show and how it's progressed and how it's progressing into what looks to be a different kind of season 3. There's a lot of talk. I mean, we saw the trailer. It definitely clearly a new setting, new character. How different is this from the Westworld that we've grown to know and love?
I think what's interesting about this season is we've really explored humanity and what makes us human and what we find entertaining and the good sides of humans and the bad sides. And now we're starting to see the world that the humans live in, and we're also now noticing that our world is not so different than Westworld.
Right.
And so in a way, it's changing a lot, and it's almost like starting a completely new show, but at the same time, now we're exploring the parallels of how the park works and how the real world works, and how the two are actually quite similar.
I mean, does it kind of like rev you guys up, having done, shows for a couple seasons, like when you are there's some very familiar trappings, but you also have some very new elements. Does that kind of give you a little bit more juice as you head into shooting another season?
Oh, God.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, really juicy juice.
There's the juice right up
Juicy.
there.
Oh, listen, and it's like a gift. Like, Jonah and Lisa will say, "Oh, we've hired Aaron Paul," and it's like, yes, and you can't predict where they're going to go with casting, with ideas, but they have such great taste.
They do.
We're being joined by some wonderful actors who all bring such different energies, and the show really does rely on performance and the energy, of what we all bring to it, and it's the magic ingredient. It really is what these different actors bring, and it's been really exciting.
Do you guys take like a special pride in the fact that like this is a show that explores some very profound, deep subjects? I mean, there's different kinds of television you can experience, right? If you want to escape and just sort of turn your brain off, and that's not this show. This show engages you and is like grappling with like what it literally means to be a human, and it doesn't really get any bigger than that. That must be like, I mean, that's a rare thing for an actor to be in that kind of a context.
Yeah, I mean, it's so incredible. I mean, I've been such a obsessed fan of the show since the day it came out, and just the fact that I'm sitting here with these incredible humans, incredible actors, and that it's being led by just such incredible creators / showrunners. When I sat down with Lisa and Jonah for the first time, when they approached me for this job, and they kind of painted sort of what they were thinking for the arc of this next season and just rough strokes of the rest of the show, I was just kind of blown away by their take on it all, and it does kind of make you question so much of your own reality.
I have an existential crisis every season, like a genuine one,
Right.
a genuine like moment of panic,
Yeah.
like falls over me at some point, and I get scared.
Yeah. This doesn't happen if you're on CSI, with all due respect. It's a different thing.
But we've always got.
Good for different reasons, I guess.
Well, yeah.
That's very true.
Very
Very true.
Come on. CSI? It's a
I didn't mean it as a dig. I
was on CSI.
I was
dude.
on
That's what I did, I
CSI
went-
Miami and CSI
I was just on
Vegas.
straight
guys.
CSI.
Let's go deep on CSI.
Let's go.
I was the killer.
You were?
Yeah.
You
Of
were?
course you were. That's
See,
tight.
I'm always the guy they think is the bad
the
guy,
killer.
then I'm never the bad guy.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
How much have you guys kind of reconciled? So, like, for Tessa, Jeffrey, like, when you guys don't know before a season starts where it's headed, presumably.
I
Is
feel
that-
like
have you
Jeffrey
rationalized?
does.
Yeah,
Jeffrey,
Jeffrey's
I feel
never
like You're in the
confused.
know.
You're in the
'cause he
know?
says he's never confused.
I've always thought he was in the
And
know.
I have been confused. Like, for example, the arguably, at least for my character, the biggest reveal of season 2, I didn't know that for so long. I mean, for so long.
Maybe they just don't trust you. They just
Probably true.
I mean, I think they
Probably
pride themselves in kind of holding things back from
Mm-hmm.
each and
For as
every
long
one
as
of us.
possible.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I think I say that I'm rarely kind of out of the loop in a given moment, but for the overall arc of the thing, I completely, as Evan says, surrender to it, surrender to the vision
Yeah.
that Jonah and Lisa have swirling around inside their prodigious heads, So
Did you know about the twist in your character storyline when you started the show?
not when we did the pilot, but after when we came back to start.
So you knew
Yeah.
at the beginning of season 1.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
knew that
That's
whole
what I
time
mean.
we were
He's
doing
in the
all
know.
those scenes
He's
together.
in the
That
and didn't say anything.
bastard.
He's
Decided
the
just
one in
not
the
to-
know.
Get to know me. I can help you out, maybe.
It must have been so lonely for you,
But
Jeffrey.
you're talking to
with that
Tessa.
info.
Oh, I loved it.
Tessa has the secrets of the Marvel universe in her head, guys.
Yeah.
Come on. Everybody's got secrets.
Can't even
But
go
see,
there.
they told me right at the exact moment, because then when I knew, then I could like text Evan and harass her and be like, "Can you say this line for me? How do you walk? Give me tips on how to be you." And then it was like I just, I crammed.
Right.
I just crammed,
Yeah.
which was kind of fun.
What can we know? What do we know, or are we allowed to say about your character, Aaron, and where you fit into this universe? Are you friends with Chappie in the show? It seems like you're sitting on a. Does this have continuity with the Chappie universe? Is what I'm saying.
I don't believe so.
Okay, that's a disappointment for me. I'm going to be honest.
But I love Chappie. I can say my name is Caleb,
That's breaking. Great. Thank you for
and my robot's name is George.
that. Oh, George.
George and Caleb.
It's a buddy show.
Together
It's
as
turning into
one.
a buddy show.
Yeah. Yeah.
And how do you relate to, say, Dolores? What's the nature of that relationship? Can we say that?
Aaron's character is.
You take this, yeah.
What can I say? He is going to challenge my view of humanity.
Okay. Okay. We're at Comic-Con. You've been here before, yes? Is it part and parcel? I know at least one of you have done this. I've been asking folks. Nowadays, in 2019, does everybody audition to be a superhero at some point? You've clearly been there. Does everybody else here audition to be a superhero at some point?
I have not. No.
And
Is that weird?
No, it's okay. I didn't
Yeah.
mean to make it weird.
I've auditioned to be super villains. Again, they never have me audition for the heroes.
the heroes?
I auditioned for the super villains. Yeah.
Really?
I
Yeah.
would love to be a supervillain.
You'd be really good.
Black
Yeah.
cat over here.
Yeah.
Because you've got the intensity.
Evan, would you rather be the hero or the villain?
I'd
get to
rather
be both on this
yeah,
show,
I'd
which is
rather
so
be
cool.
the Dolores and the Wyatt.
Right.
I get to kind of straddle the two worlds, which is really complicated and hard, but fun.
Yeah.
I don't audition anymore. I refuse to do it.
You're an offer only.
It's Jeffrey, no audition man.
Jeffy, are you
also
gonna
the
be
best
a
kinds of-
superhero? That'd be so cool.
I would love to see you as a superhero. I mean, I would love to be,
Never know.
The best kind of superheroes, though, are the ones that are villains and
Stay
superheroes,
tuned.
and that there's
Yeah.
not, because there
Yeah.
isn't, the ones that go on, and then they're compromised, and they go on a journey.
Well, look no further than like Batman is that guy.
Exactly.
He's a crazy vigilante,
there's
but
no
he's also a
like I
hero.
try and tell my kid, it's like this whole notion of good and bad. Obviously, this is so obvious, but it's really. We really got to do the work to create those grey areas
Yeah.
for our kids to truly realize that we're all flawed, we're all capable of doing terrible things,
Totally.
and to be more compassionate about those people that have fallen into that trap of doing awful things. I don't mean to get all serious, but like
No, no.
superheroes.
It does feel
It's
like
good
a
and
rite
bad.
of passage now, though, right?
Yeah.
It's like doing an episode of CSI.
Exactly. It's the new
Exactly.
To bring it back.
Thank you for the callback.
To bring it
Appreciate
back.
nice.
I'd like to do an episode of Adam West's Batman.
that. I would
we
love
do
to
that?
see you on
God,
that.
yes.
I would like to do that.
I'd be
They
your
should bring
Robin.
that back.
Yeah.
With
you
a
guys are
female
always up to
woman.
1,000 amazing things. The word on the street is Taika is officially going to be back for the next Thor movie. Have
That's
you,
what I heard,
Have
yeah.
you talked to Taika? Did you have the inside intel about this?
I don't know.
Oh gosh. Where was the eye contact? It went away for a second. Suddenly, I'm right here, Tessa.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know.
But that would be cool. He did a great job.
He did. He's so good. He's so good at things.
By
He's
now,
great at
do you
things.
know any more than when I saw you like a month or two ago about the future for Valkyrie? Have you gotten any further hints?
No, I really actually don't know that. I don't know the answer to in terms of. I feel like I thought Westworld probably prepared me for how secretive Marvel is.
Right.
And I think some of it is just part and parcel of the fact that things change.
Right.
But I think what's exciting about this new phase is there's so many new interesting characters, and obviously after Endgame and what's happened, there's room now for some characters to really take prominence. So I'm excited to see what happens.
Yeah. Here's a connection between the MCU, segueing into another exciting franchise. Lashana Lynch, we saw in Captain Marvel. There's a lot of talk that we're going to see her as 007, Jeffrey, in the Bond 25 that you're shooting. What can you say?
Check out the movie next spring. Will be answered.
Have you seen do you get to see the entire script of the Bond movie?
On this one?
Yeah.
That's a complicated question.
I didn't mean it to be.
I've seen Lashana, so I know a bit about what's going on there.
Okay.
Yeah.
How's Cary Fukunaga doing as a filmmaker? He's pretty.
He's great. But as for anything else, you have to ask Tessa.